got it.
Don't watch this unless you're caught up to Season 7, Episode 9, The Forecast Manufacturer. Seriously, check it out. Big spoilers. The Venture Bros Season 7 dropped last month, and can I just say, it's been amazing, but it feels pretty off. A lot of revelations and new information has been giving out, but some of these, like most things in this amazing show, are only leading to more questions. I mean, does Doc still think he's in the Illuminati? Because he's apparently cyber-stalking that Black Widow chick now, which seems pretty odd, seeing as he was getting pretty much like free women in that Illuminati episode. The Monarch and Dr. Mrs. the Monarch got into a big fight over her not being able to arch anymore, but in the next episode they seem fine. I mean, maybe she never actually joined the council? And where did those teleporters go anyways? Did the Monarch just give them to the guild? A lot of things aren't being answered in the next episode, or even at the end of the episode that they're in. And I'm not even going to talk about the whole time travel thing with Doc and Billy because, that's probably not going to get answered anyways. Or am I? Anyways, most of these questions, probably about 10% of them, will all probably be answered in the season finale. And if not, you can always wait 3 years for Season 8 to answer/raise more questions. But today, I want to talk about ScareBear. ScareBear, as you should know if you pay any attention, is a mysterious person or entity in the form of a creepy-ass bloody bear costume with a large bloody-ass knife. He first appeared in that episode of the Revenge Society, where they were recruiting new members. He scared the shit out of Phantom Limb and his bunch, never speaking, only breathing heavily. Dean even states that he has no idea how this guy even got into the building. He also shows up in a Doom Factory episode. I mean, at first he looks like a spooky throwaway gag, who cares, but this is the Venture Bros we're talking about, so it's obviously not that simple. Fast forward to Season 7, Episode 9, the latest episode out right now, where he plays a pretty huge role. Long story short, there's a giant man-made blizzard messing everything up, and Hank can't get in touch with his girlfriend, Serena. I think he said he sent her like 40 voicemails and 60 texts, but she's not replying. He starts speculating that she's been kidnapped or replaced by a robot or something. He's really freaking out that something happened to her. Sergeant Hatred calls him obsessive, and Hank accuses Hatred of being replaced by a robot or some dumb shit like that. Whatever. Hank goes out to the blizzard to find Serena, but while he's acting like a huge autist, he slams his head into a light post or something, knocking him out. Enter stage right, ScareBear, out of fucking nowhere. Hank asks him to help save his girlfriend, and the scene changes. When we see them again, ScareBear is carrying Hank through the blizzard, eventually stopping so Hank can buy some chips. Hank is obviously messed up at this point. I mean, he's got a major head injury. You can tell by the way he drops his change straight onto the ground, and also because of all the blood. Hank offers to buy ScareBear something, but ScareBear only replies in a silent glance at Hank. They leave the store with Hank saying he's not sharing any of his chips. The next time we see them, ScareBear has brought them to Dean's college dorms, where he sets Hank on the ground and points him out to Dean's room. Hank enters to find his girlfriend cheating on him with his brother, and after some dialogue, Hank passes out. Okay. What's up with ScareBear? Well, what do we know about him? We know he found Hank out in the blizzard. We know he knows what Dean and Serena were up to and where. And we know he cares about Hank. I mean, he carried him while he was injured, stopped to make sure Hank could get some chips, and showed Hank about the betrayal going on behind his back. Well, the theory I subscribe to? ScareBear is Hank from the future. Think about it. He knows information that future Hank would. He's a villain. I mean, we've seen him attempt to join a villain group, and he's also at the Doom Factory party, right behind Rusty, I might add. And Hank has already tried becoming a villain in the form of Enrico Matassa, and I guess you could kind of count Russian Guyovich. Hank was serious enough to approach Wide Whale about joining Wide Whale's villain empire, and maybe even could have ended up killing the Monarch that night if it wasn't interrupted. Fans of the show have long speculated that Hank will become a supervillain, and now he has a clear motive: the betrayal of his girlfriend and his brother. ScareBear could have brought Hank to them that night in an attempt to show Hank what was going on before it went on too long, maybe in an attempt to change the future. I mean, they had a time machine in this episode as well, that's kind of a giveaway. Some fans say ScareBear might actually be Dean from the future, but I've got a feeling it's Hank. And this is the biggest clue to that, this clip right here.
People, I don't know. Something just comes over me. In the moment, it's like I am Enrico Matassa, or the bad or Russian Guyovich. Does that make me crazy? Am I like the guy in Split?
Yeah, I don't think it's dissociative identity disorder. You just have an overactive mind.
So, like the guy in Split, but when he's the guy in X-Men. Hey, is that the museum where everything comes to life at night?
Definitely have ADD, though.
So I'm thinking Hank becomes ScareBear. I mean, he even uses a big old knife, just like his hero, Brock Sampson. Maybe he wanted to change the future, so he went back in time. Maybe he wanted to speed up the process of himself becoming a villain. I mean, it's also a good explanation on why he doesn't talk. From the writer's view, he would just sound like Hank and spoil the entire thing. But, yeah, that's the theory. The next episode will be out soon, and maybe we'll get an answer, maybe we won't. Throw some theories in the comment section if you got any. Maybe I'll do a follow-up after the next episode is released. Shooties!